Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley. Along with me, we have Barry Bolner, who is the founder and father of the Nicklaus Bolner Foundation. And the first time you and I met, we actually met in Berwick, at Berwick High School, for the My Ascension Suicide Awareness film. And the young lady, Miss Hover, actually was just honored last night, or just recently, I should say, at Berwick. At the council meeting, because she was one of the many people to bring that film and bring awareness to our community. And from what I understand, it was a success. And part of the success had to do with you getting involved, in addition to other teachers and staff who were able to bring that here. Now, in order for us to move forward, I have to know more about Nicklaus. From what I understand, he was a phenomenal kid, but I want to know more about him from you as his father.
So Nick was a truly kind, loving soul that really never saw his full potential in life. He always had those doubts in his head, which led to some of his issues, which caused the reason why we're here today.
Yeah.
But once if you knew him and you knew the true Nick, then you really were lucky enough to experience his life.
Well, I want to applaud you first for being brave enough to talk about this, because May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month. So it's so nice that we can talk about that now. And so many individuals like Nick have struggles and, you know, need someone to talk to. So again, from what I understand, you were just lucky enough or blessed enough to get really close to him, because he was a little reserved if he didn't know you. He had to really get to know you, right?
Yeah, he really had to get to know you. That was kind of his personality. But like I said, once he opened up and once he let you in, then it really was a joy.
Yeah.
Really
and just a little background, he was a Central Catholic high school graduate. He was attending LSU, and he was studying turf management.
Yeah. So he had the, I'm a golf guy, been golf all my life, so he got into it and he had the ability to, like we used to say, he had the ability to grow grass. So he would kind of come and he would mix the chemicals up and he would, you know, get everything going, and boom, next thing you know, everything was good.
Yeah.
So he had that knack to see what needed to be done, and he got it done.
That's good, because I have a brown thumb.
Oh,
I don't
me too.
have a great thumb, I have a brown thumb, so I know I probably could have learned something from Nick.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're here, we're talking about the 4th annual Nicklaus Bolner Foundation golf tournament, which is coming up June 11th. That's a Saturday. There's going to be food, fun, and it's really a celebration of his life.
Yeah, it really is. So we started this 4 years ago after he passed away. We were trying to figure out what we could do to help out, because there's, you know, in the community with the funding and everything for mental health, there's really no resources out there. Yeah. So my wife and I, along with our close personal friends, got together and said, what can we do to help? So we decided to start the foundation. We had the first one, and it was a huge success, and we've been going with it ever since.
Yeah. I mean, 4 years, sometimes people just do one and they're done.
Right.
So you're now at the 4th year, and you have so much support behind you.
Right. The community has really reached out to us and kind of helped us out on our mission to, you know, get the awareness out there of, you know, of mental health and of depression, and, you know, let them know there's other resources out there that are available to you.
And you're right, because there's not a lot of resources, especially in Louisiana, and I'm assuming even just nationally. That's where we kind of lack as far as where funding is.
Absolutely.
And it seems like you're trying to fill in the gaps for that.
That is correct. Every little thing we can do will help out, you know, even if it's buying clothes for somebody, even if it's, you know, giving them money for food, anything like that. You know, every little bit that we do helps.
Now, I mean, for 4 years, you've had to have done something. So where do the proceeds go?
The proceeds go to, we did a lot with the Adult and Teen Challenge of Louisiana. They're based throughout the state, but there's one actually in Sharonton. So Phoebe Hoffpower runs that one. So we've actually helped fund some scholarships for some of the students there, the recovering addicts there. We've bought washer and dryer, hot water heater. You know, anytime Phoebe needs something, she just gives me a call. Right. And then, of course, we did the thing with the My Ascension with Emma Benoit. So we got that going. And that was, like you said, that was a huge success, huge success. We expected, thought about right about 250 kids, and we had over 700 kids there that night.
Oh,
and that
wow.
was just, we were completely blown away by the response of that. That
That's
was
right.
amazing how many kids showed up for that.
And you're actually trying to expand
Yes.
by actually you're reaching out to, or they've reached to you,
Yes,
the
so the Alternative School
in
in Verdonville, Ms.
Verdonville.
Sarah Terrio reached out to me, and there's several programs that are available that they just don't have the funding for.
Okay.
So this year, hopefully some of the proceeds from the tournament will give them to her, and then she can help get the children over there at that school, get them going in the right direction.
Awesome. All right. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley-Long. With me, we have Berry Bolner, who is the founder of the Nicklaus Bolner Foundation. They have their golf tournament coming up pretty soon, June 11th. That's a Saturday, and they'd love to have you. It is open to the public. Of course, there's going to be food and beverages, and you can knock around a golf ball if you want to.
That's right. Come on out.
As someone like myself who's not exactly really able to do that, I probably should take lessons.
Come on.
I probably should.
take care of that.
Speaking of which, I mean, you actually are, you work at the St. Mary
Yes.
Golf and Country Club over in Berwick, and that's where you and Nicklaus, I would imagine you really bonded over that. I mean, he was studying turf management.
Yeah, we really kind of became close whenever he was doing that. Like I said, he had the ability just to kind of see something was wrong, and he'd just mix something up and go get it taken care of, and everything was very good after that, after he did his job.
But you know, because this is May, right, and it's mental health awareness, and I think everybody out there needs a check. So you got to check on people. You got to see where they are mentally. Even folks who come across like they're so happy, we have to have those mental checks. And let's talk a little bit about what was maybe some of the underlying issues that he was suffering.
Nick never really, like I said, saw his full potential. As soon as something went wrong, he couldn't really recover from that. You know, the littlest thing was happened, that would be to him, that was the end of the world. You know, he couldn't really say, oh, it's okay, I can move on from this. So that led to kind of his, when he started going really bad south. So from there, he did ask for help, and we did try to get him help. And he was on medication, but unfortunately, he didn't like the medication, so that's whenever he turned to the street drugs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, October 1st, 2018, he took a pill laced with fentanyl and went to sleep and never woke up.
And I'm glad that you're able to talk about it, because that's something that we're seeing as someone who's in news, and we see this all the time. I hope hearing this story, and you say, I'm just going to do it one time, and sometimes that's all it takes. So I hope that hearing Nicklaus' story can help someone. And I know that's what this is all about.
Oh, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I've learned so much, going through this whole process, my grieving process, my learning about everything, that, it's out there, and it's a very, very serious problem. And kids today don't understand what you're taking on the street is not good. It's being mixed in places where people who really don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, you're basically playing with a loaded gun. It's like I'm living proof that it's one pill, and that's what happens. So we try to, when we do these events and we go out and we talk to everybody, we try to get the point across that, hey, it's okay to reach out for help.
That's right.
It's okay to say you're not okay. And that's our main focus, is to get across the it's okay not to be okay part of it.
I love that, because it seems like it's such taboo to talk about that. Everyone puts on a face.
Right.
Everyone puts on a smile, and there's usually something going on behind that smile.
And that's another thing too. It's kind of like the old saying, you never know what somebody's going through. So, treat them how you'd like to be treated. And people are scared to ask for help. People don't want to do it, but you can do it. There's things out there, there's resources that we can help you with. So, please ask for help.
I can't tell you something about St. Mary Parish. I mean, it's community. People really come together. And I'm looking at all the different contacts that you have
Yeah, it's a
for
lot.
this golf tournament that's coming up. So many people who are out to help you. And I'll just go through the names. If you have information or you would like more information, these are some of the individuals you can contact. We have, of course, Barry Bolner, Duke Bolner, David Fuhrer, Chad Ross, who we will be talking to a little bit later in this program, so make sure to stay with us. Jason Babin, Rob Radke, Dwayne Oquan, and Ricky Dishman. That's a lot of people who have come forward to help. I'm sure that must mean something.
I think it's a testament, you know, of Nick's life and the people that were in the, you know, that knew him, that just want to come out and help and raise money for a great cause.
And it definitely is a great cause. Again, one last time, we'll throw it up there. The Nicklaus Bolner Foundation Par 3 Golf Tournament, which is June 11th. And again, we'll get more in depth with this. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. We actually now have a swap out. We have Mr. Chad Ross, and I kept looking at him and said, I know you. How do I know you? So tell the folks at home how they will know your face.
Well, we saw you this year at Mardi Gras. We were, my wife and I were the king and queen of Adonis this year, and we got to spend a little time with you at the toasting portion of the Adonis Night Parade.
Well, you look a little different without your crown, but all hail the king. So.
Thank you.
But on a serious note, we want to talk more about the 4th annual Nicklaus Bolner Foundation golf tournament, which is coming up June 11th. And you're a big part of this. I mean, you're not just a friend to Barry Bolner, you're a family. And learning more and more about Nicklaus, you were quite close to him. If you don't mind, kind of tell us and share your relationship with us.
Yes, I'd known Barry for many years. I knew Nick since he was before he was in high school, and I got to watch him grow along with his siblings and become a man. I got to see his interest. You know, at one point it was paintball, at one point it was golf, and he liked auto racing, he liked drifting, he liked all kind of things motorsports related, and that's something he and I shared. And so I would take him up to the shop with me and let him see all the operation there, and I'd sit there, and we had a little project car we had worked on for a little bit until we had a flood, but he and I spent a good bit of time together, just Nick and I, and I myself am a recovering alcoholic and addict, and 14 years in recovery, and so Nick and I shared a lot of personal talk, you know, and a lot of the struggles that he had. Hopefully I was able to share some information that kind of got him through some of the harder times. But one of the things about addiction is that, you know, when you're in it, it seems like there's no way out. And that's the scary thing. And that's why a foundation like the Bolner Foundation does so much to help these people, because the resources over the last 20 years have dwindled. You know, the money coming in for mental health is just going away. And thanks to organizations like the Nicklaus Bolner Foundation and many other private entities, that's how these people are able to get treatment. That's how they're able to sit there and be able to cope with their mental illness and addiction. And so not only am I Barry's friend and Nick's friend, I'm also a big supporter of this organization, and will do anything that I can to try to raise awareness and to help raise money for that cause.
I mean, you mentioned about his love of motorsports. You're the owner of Overnight Motorsports, and you're actually going to have your vehicle there, one of your race cars at the venue?
We would like to, but unfortunately we'll be racing in Daytona that weekend.
Oh,
so
wow.
What we will have is our race on TV at the golf tournament, and I will be in the car, so I will unfortunately not be able to be at the tournament. I'll be driving, but we will have it on. And what we did, we field, the Overnight Motorsports fields 3 Porsche Boxers in the WRL Racing League. Currently, we're #1 in the country, and what we do is we had the ability for sponsorship on one of our cars, and I offered it to Barry for the foundation, and he happily took me up on that. And it's a way for us to travel the country and raise awareness for mental illness and addiction, and to help raise money for the foundation. So as we travel the country and as we sit there and meet people, we like to sit there and let them come look at the car, come take a picture with the car. The newest thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to put a QR code on the car. So if you're in the paddock and you come up and see the car, take a picture with it, if you feel inclined to donate, hey, just take a picture of the QR code and you'll have the ability to donate right to the foundation, which I found by us having that platform, we were happy to sit there and partner with Barry on that.
Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm listening to everything you're saying, but I did not know you were the driver.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Owner, driver.
Yeah.
I don't do the mechanic stuff. That's somebody else.
Right.
Somebody better than me.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back to talk more about the golf tournament coming up in June. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I'm your host, Danica Foley. Along with me, we have Chad Ross, who's the owner of Overnight Motorsports, and we're talking about the Nicklaus Bolner Golf Tournament, which is coming up June 11th. That's on a Saturday, and all are welcome. However, they are asking for donations. There will be food and beverages. And let's get back to you. I know this is definitely about Nicklaus, and I'm sure he will be proud to see you are doing so well. I mean, #1 in the country with WRL, which is the World Racing League. That has to be pretty awesome. What you said, I guess, would you say it's like one step down from NASCAR?
Well, it's an endurance platform, so IMSA would be the closest thing that I could relate it to. But yeah, it's a very exciting form of motorsport because it's endurance racing. So we have teams of 4 drivers in each car, and we field 3 cars. It's a multi-class racing, so you'll have anyone from the GTO class, which are your super fast cars with the bigger motors, down to what we race in is GP3, which is general production. So we have about a 200 horsepower car, and right now we're #1 in the country throughout all the different levels. We have the most points, and we're very successful, not due to myself. I do drive, but we have surrounded ourselves with some really great drivers and some really great people.
And as you mentioned, on the day of the golf tournament, you're going to be in Daytona.
We will, yes. So we'll be racing in Daytona at Daytona Super Speedway. That is a 14-hour race, so unfortunately I will not be able to make the tournament, but we will have it broadcast live in the clubhouse. You'll be able to see Nick's car front and center. It's one of the prettiest paint schemes I've ever seen, and I hope that we're able to raise a lot of awareness for the organization.
What do you think he would say?
He'd be giddy. I think he'd want to be in the car. I think he'd want to be driving. I mean, he loved every aspect of it. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't understand the mechanics of getting these cars ready, but Nick was fascinated by all of it, man. He loved getting his hands dirty. He wanted to be part of it, so I think he'd be very happy.
Awesome. Let's talk about the sponsorship levels for the golf tournament.
Yeah, so there are about 4 or 5 different sponsorship levels, starting at $125 for a whole sponsor and going up with the premium sponsorship at $500. But that doesn't mean that's all. You have $500, that's it. If you'd like to give more, feel free. If you don't have the 125 and you have 20, hey, listen, all of it helps. Every little bit goes toward helping people with mental illness and addiction. So feel free, all donations are welcome. And it goes to such a great cause. And, most of the money stays here locally, and that's one thing you can't say for all the organizations out there, and so that's one reason why this foundation is so important to the people of St. Mary Parish. The money stays here.
Yeah. Again, this is going to be on Saturday, June 11th. Do we have a time? What time are we kicking off with this event?
So there are 2 flights. There's a morning flight and an afternoon flight. The morning flight will start at 8 a.m., but go ahead and get there about 7, get your clubs loaded up, and enjoy some, I'm sure they'll have some donuts and orange juice or whatever, and get ready to go out and have a great time. And then in the afternoon, there's a 1 o'clock flight. So get there about 12, get your little lunch in you, and get ready to go out and have some competitive golf. You know, it's a par 3 tournament, so anyone of any skill level can go and have a good time. You know, probably don't need all the clubs in your bag. You know,
Yeah.
I'd probably go play a 1. You know,
Right, yeah, awesome. And again, this is the one big fundraiser they do every year, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Do you expect or do you suspect they will expand?
Well, we hope to. I mean, with this being our 4th year with this tournament, we've done some really incredible things, including the My Ascension that we spoke about earlier. Our hope and our goal is to sit there and make it a year-round thing, where people are donating year-round through whatever venue. But this tournament has been the foundation of what we hope to be a larger continuation.
All right, and one last time, let's put that information up. Well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's 4th annual Nicklaus Bolner Foundation Par 3 golf tournament, which will take place June 11th at St. Mary Golf and Country Club. Thank you very much for being here, as well as Mr. Barry. We also appreciate you guys coming and joining us. And make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22, as well as on YouTube. We are KWBJ Live. Take care.